It's really about, like, can we just connect together to do what we can do to have a normal life amidst the chaos?
If you or your spouse or partner have been fighting a little bit more since the COVID vaccine became available, you are not alone, especially if you have children.
There are many decisions for parents to make when it comes to kids and COVID, some big, some small.
In tonight's special report, Sally Schulze spoke with several local counselors about what to do when you and your partner are not on the same page.
I'm hearing all of the issues with my clientele that I'm having in my own home. One of the big ones was just having kids over for play dates.
Dr. Kelly Flanagan is a licensed clinical psychologist in Naperville.
One of the things I've been keenly aware of is all of the extra decisions couples have had to make and how stressful that is every time you have to make a decision.
That's everything from whether or not your child should get vaccinated or go to school or play on a sports team.
Those are all extra decisions and work happening around this pandemic. And so I think the cumulative stress on couples, I think a lot of couples say, I don't understand why we're so stressed. What they're really dealing with is the stress of uncertainty. I think it's important for couples to realize that in the midst of a stressful uncertainty, the instinct is to take control, right? Control feels certain. And so what happens for a lot of couples in these situations is they encounter a power struggle in their relationship.
Jennifer Fromel is another Chicago area counselor who's been trying to help families navigate the great divide COVID can cause. She says some of the differences she's seen between couples are as big as the Grand Canyon. The primary reason why usually has to do with this.
What we're finding is it's fear-based.
Fromel says that fear can come from a few different places, like having experienced a COVID death, confusing information, or just general uncertainty about how to live our lives these days. When we are afraid, we are not very good at communicating because we forget to breathe.
So many people, when they're in an anxious state, hold their breath, which is the worst thing we can possibly do for ourselves. As soon as we stop breathing or we hold our breath, our brain actually starts to work against us. And it says, oh no, we're gonna die.
She says it's important for people to really listen to their bodies so they can listen to their partner.
And really kind of take things at a pace of like, we have time to figure this out. We can operate together. We are better together than we are separate. It's gonna definitely help the situation.
The intensity of COVID and the fear of COVID and the fear of the restrictions with COVID have really amped it up to something. In my 30 years of psychiatry, I've never seen anything like it.
Dr. Walter Wong is the assistant medical director at Linden Oaks Hospital.
I have found that when a couple, two individuals, both go in and say, look, I'm going to win this argument, I usually find that they both lose. One of the big things is that people have all these ideas about what COVID is, and I've found actually a lot of people don't really understand COVID-19 too well.
He also says a lot of people don't really understand what a vaccine is, or that you can still get COVID when vaccinated.
But I have found that when people understand those basic things, they can kind of look at everything a little bit more rationally. But when people start doing that, they start compromising. They try to understand that this person has this fear, this person has this fear. The reality is we've been dealing with this for about a year and a half. And everybody has been tired and fatigued, and they want it to end.
For those of you who are afraid to fight with your spouse or partner, one of the counselors we spoke with says, don't be. Dr. Flanagan says if you hold off on having that discussion, oftentimes couples will be forced to make a fast decision. He adds it's better to start the conversation sooner versus later. Sally Schulze, Fox 32, Chicago.